Hi friends, it's Deanna Williston from Our Blooming Catholic Life, and we had a viewer request from Doug to make some almond cookies. You know us Franciscans, we are so fond of our almond cookies. There's so many recipes that are around. Some people claim to actually have Brother Jacoba's actual recipe, and some are super fancy, some are not, some are hearty. Some of them depend on the humidity in your air, whether you can pull off the cookie or not. So I have an extra issue of I can't eat chunks of nuts. I have a digestive disease, and so I can't eat chunks of nuts. They upset me, trigger bad. So I looked for one that used almond butter. Now I actually have a blender and I can make almond butter by myself, but I wanted this to be super simple. So I went to the store and bought it. What you're looking for is an almond butter that is just 100% almonds, just ground almonds. And we're going to use 1 cup of that. I'm going to include the recipe in the description of the video. We're going to use 1/2 of a cup of almond flour, which you're saying, what's the difference between the two? There's really not a lot. Almond flour should just be blanched almonds that are ground until they're kind of a sand-like consistency. If you go further than the sand, you may end up with almond butter. It's also very counterintuitive to have just 1/2 of a cup of flour and a full cup of butter. Sounds wrong, doesn't it? Trust me, I already screwed that up, messed that up, because I poured it the opposite way and then had to redo everything. That's why our little placemat here is so messy. This is just 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Make sure you get baking soda and not baking powder. This is 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup. Of course, the recipe calls for honey. Of course, honey is probably what Brother Jacoba used. Again, honey is something that I'm supposed to avoid. Maple syrup is a substitute. Of course, in the future, I'm going to play with this recipe and see how little of the maple syrup I can use and still have it be good. And then we had a full tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. In the future, may I reduce that? I might. My husband's not a fan of vanilla, so I may toy with the vanilla level as well, but I wanted to keep that kind of true for now. What's missing here? 1 egg. I'm going to go grab an egg, mix all this up. That's it. That's all this recipe is. So you could make your own almond flour and butter if you had some time. Just grab some almonds, blanch them, grind them up. No problem, right? But I wanted to keep this super simple. And this is the simplest recipe I've ever seen for these cookies. So I'm going to go grab my egg, throw all of this in a mixer, and then just drop them, by teaspoon or tablespoon onto a baking sheet. I'm probably going to use one of these silicone mats. You know how much I love that, and they fit in my toaster oven. Again, keeping it super simple, toaster oven. And they just bake for 10 to 12 minutes at 350 like a normal cookie. So we'll see you soon. Hopefully the husband will do a taste test and we'll let Doug know how these turn out. God bless, friends. Hi, friends. It's Deanna Williston with Our Blooming Catholic Life and
the reluctant husband.
Today the husband is trying out some new cookie recipes. They don't look that great though, but they are tasty. I've been eating them all week while waiting for him to do this taste test. So we all know that he's more keto, low sugar guy. And so besides, I'm Franciscan, of course, and we love our almond cookies, but they're usually very high calorie, high carb. So I'm striving to make them a different way. Also, I can't eat any nuts, but I can eat nut butter. And so these were made with nut butter. It's like a cookie we could both enjoy. That's what I'm striving for here, but he's going to blind taste 3 different tries at the recipe. You've already seen the ingredients, but he hasn't.
Cookie 1. Mm-hmm. Cookie 2.
3. That's a 3.
I'm sorry, cookie 3.
It goes clockwise.
Whatever. Cookie 2. I'm going to try cookie 1 because, well, I'd rather start with 1. Moist, but holds its shape.
These are a week old at this point, I'll point out. Which you don't really expect a keto cookie to hold its shape, do you?
No.
Or be particularly moist. I was very pleased with them all.
Moist. Not a strong flavor. I mean, it's nice. It's a mellow flavor.
Got kind of a nutty, fudgy thing going on, I thought.
Yeah.
But not overwhelming. Yeah. to your point. He's also got, as his palate cleanser, almond milk. Unsweetened plain almond milk. You can try dipping them in later. He is so in love with almond milk, friends.
Yeah.
At least it's not like a vanilla one, because you really don't like vanilla. It's just a palate cleanser.
Yeah, it's pretty much water. I mean, yeah, almond milk.
So, going for cookie number 2.
Cookie 2.
Cute little cookie.
It's a smoother looking cookie versus, again, this is cookie 1. A little more craggly looking.
Craggly.
I don't know. This one just looks a little smoother when on the plate.
It does. I was just teasing you.
A little stickier than the other one. Sticks a little more to the roof of my mouth. A little stronger. I mean, both have good flavor. This one is moist, but it sticks to the roof of your mouth a little bit, which
is what he doesn't like about peanut butter.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that, but yeah, you went there already.
We don't have to beat around the bush. It's okay. That's what makes it tricky. I can't eat nuts, and that's his favorite snack. I can only eat nut butters, and he hates the texture.
It's not my favorite snack. It's just one of the healthier snacks. I mean, they're both good. 1 and 2 are both good at this point.
Palate cleanser.
Yes, dear.
Watch him reluctantly drink the almond milk.
To your point, it's not a bad taste. It just doesn't have much taste.
To each his own.
I see milk and I'm used to good old-fashioned full-fat milk, which I don't drink much of anyway. And this is cookie number 3. A very homey cookie looking from a, and the dog wants to eat it.
Rusty says, I'll eat them all. Seriously, you guys aren't watching the face of the dog. He would love to be the taste tester in this one.
This one is drier.
They were all stored identically, by the way, except for me continually getting in them and munching on them.
The texture of this one's stickier. It's drier. It's the least favorite of the 3.
Interesting. Hey, T-Bear.
I mean, there's more texture to it, which some people might find good. I'm not a fan of this one, to be honest.
Are you sticking with these, or do you want to try them with milk? Almond milk.
I don't dunk cookies in milk, even regular. I've never been one for dunking cookies in milk.
Okay, so are you ready for the big reveal, folks?
Give me a second.
Oh, he's trying to pick between 1 and 2 your favorite?
Mm-hmm.
Thought you were so worried about 2 being sticky.
Well, it's going to sound weird. I normally associate sticky with dry in some regards, and this isn't. Actually, I'll take 1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
I'm just not a fan of 3.
1 and 2 are literally the exact same recipe. For 2, I chilled it in the refrigerator and then hand rolled them into cute little balls just to mess with you and see if the appearance would make a difference to you. But it didn't. They are the exact same cookie. 3, I cut the sugar level in half. And remember, friends, that was maple syrup. I cut it in half, and no.
I'll have to live with the additional sugar. I'm just not a fan of 3.
It's really not. I don't think it's an overwhelming amount of sugar. So, okay, cool.
I don't appreciate you messing with my head.
But, I mean...
And the dog.
You've met me before. You're not really shocked I did that, are you?
I don't know. Shocked, no.
Okay, so Franciscans, you have some great alternatives now for our almond cookie celebrations. This is a more keto version. You saw me make it. It was super easy. Right, you didn't see me make it because literally all I had to do was dump the ingredients in a mixer and then get them out by spoon, bake them for 10 minutes and done. It was the easiest cookie recipe ever, probably even easier than the mixed ones.
1 and 2 apparently are relatively low sugar. Don't go even lower with the third one. Don't. It's not worth it.
Okay, cool. Thanks for joining us. God bless.